Hello friends, I am starting with Library and Information Sciences UGC NET previous year questions part 5. You can kindly check it and check my playlist as well. 1 to 4 parts are there as well. Okay. Which of the following are the necessary elements of an information society? Option 1 confidentiality, option 2 vulnerability, option 3 integrity, option 4 availability. So basically first you should know what is an information society. An information society is a society where basically the usage, creation, distribution, manipulation, integration of an information is being done in a very significant way. Okay, so nowadays it is also a demand of a society as well. You can see the definition here. Information society is a term for a society where the creation, distribution, manipulation of information is being done. Has become a more significant economic and cultural activity. So basically it was defined very early. Okay, so it is used basically for the education, economy, health, government, warfare and level of democracies. Okay, and it is an successor of what? Industrial revolution. Information society is a successor of industrial revolution. So here, as information society needs security, right? So first is confidentiality, integrity and availability. These three things are most important for an information society, and these are the necessary elements for the information society. So the correct answer is A, C and D. It's option number 3. Okay, here you can see some terms as well: technology, distribution, knowledge, storage, integration, digital exchange, concept manipulation, capacity, creation, communication, use and growth. So you should know the terms. Which of the following components are essential for the national information policy? Basically, what is a national information policy? First of all, you should know that. Let's first see the options: legislation framework, e-journal consortium, digital repositories, national bibliographies. Okay, national information policy is basically a set of decisions which are being taken by the government for the laws and regulations to orient the harmonious development of an information transfer activities in order to satisfy the information needs of a country. So national information policy is well defined many years back. Reason being, it is being defined so that the mass media and the other people can use it in a very good way. Okay, so the correct answer here is legislation framework and national bibliography. Both of these places are being used, are being the essential components of national information policy. So correct answer is A and D. Next question. SWAM. SWAM, the free online education, was developed by IIT Madras, option 2 AICTE, option 3 IIM Ahmedabad, option 4 MHRD Government of India. So basically SWAM is a free online education system. Shikshat Bharat, Unnat Bharat. Okay, so it is being developed by AICTE and MHRD. So option B and D. Option B and D in option 1. So the correct answer is this. So it was a program initiated by the government of India. So it was designed with the 3 cardinal principles. You should know the principles of education policy here: access, equity and quality. These 3 things should be achieved Okay, the basic objective of this was to bridge the digital gap, who have and who don't have. So here they give the certificates as well. You can download the app and you can learn the different courses having their different span of time. Okay, so it's a best teaching learning resources in India. Which of the following are the activities of national mission on libraries? Option 1, CIP project. Option 2, capacity building. Option 3, library assistance program. Option 4, setting up of model libraries. So the correct answer is, first of all, I tell you about the National Mission on Libraries. National Mission on Libraries is an initiative of the Ministry of Culture, which comes under the Government of India. You can see the image of Ministry of Culture. Okay, it is basically to modernize and digitally link 9,000 libraries in India to provide the readers access to books and information. The total project cost was around 1000 crores. Okay, and it was approved on 28th November 2013 by the Pranab Mukherjee, who launched this program, okay, in Rashtrapati Bhavan, and it was a recommendation given in the National Knowledge Commission. Okay, so these are the basic things you should know, and you know the name of related to National Knowledge Commission, Sam Petroda, who is the chairman of this commission. Okay, question number 4, 25th says, which of the following indicate the purpose of reference list in thesis or dissertations? So first of all, you should know what is the thesis. Thesis is a long piece of writing on a particular subject. Okay, you have also made the thesis in MLIS, I guess. Okay, so it is a long piece of writing on a particular subject that you do as a part in your university degree. Okay, so reference list, what is the purpose of reference list? Allows the authors to credit the work of the author that directly influenced the present work. Option B says gives the interest readers the information necessary to identify and retrieve the sources. Option 3, an expansive list that covers work that are consulted. And option D says recommends to the interest readers the works that are not cited in the text. So basically the correct answer here is A and B. Allows the authors to credit the work of others that directly influenced the present work, and gives the interested readers the information necessary to identify and retrieve the sources. So the correct answer is A and B. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching again. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Kindly please subscribe so that I have the motivation to share with you more and more videos. My email ID is ugclibraryvideos@gmail.com. Anything you would like to ask or comment, kindly do it. Okay, and you can even mail me what new you want to learn and what improvement I should do. Okay, thank you.